Mexican and Swedish Clippers, a good fight against Mexico, will win. Sweden have to take defensive stance to find the goal, and it will be a good opportunity for Mexico to launch a sharp counterattack. With two impressive wins since the start of the tournament, Mexico needed only one more point to be firmly placed in the top of the table. But El Tri will not enter in the peace of mind. Mexico will continue to play his way, which is fast kicking, pressing constantly and waiting for the opportunity to hack into the opponent's hips. Mexican and Swedish Clippers. With a fierce counterattack, Mexico will win. Mexico is rated higher than Sweden in both German and Korean encounters. The North American team played very successful, tearing the opponent's grid with high-speed shifts. Pivoting Lozano approaches the left wing. The Chicharito striker also made his 50th appearance in the national team. That is the basis for Mexico towards the third victory in a row. Sweden is a nasty opponent, but it is when they are playing in the right defense. Counterattack to take full advantage of the fixed situation. Today, with the North European team, 1 point is not enough. Because in the same game, Germany is predicted to easily get all 3 points from Korea. So in some crucial times, Sweden will have to push up the attacking squad. At the same time, vulnerabilities below the line could be exploited by Mexico. On the Asian market, Mexico is still highly regarded as the only player in the domestic market. Although classified as dangerous places are sometimes the safest place. Mexico is a familiar face at the World Cup, but has never had a good record. The North American team has 15 World Cup appearances but only reached the quarterfinals twice. Mexico brings the 2018 World Cup to an underserved team. Even 39-year-old midfielder Rafael Marquez has been called up enough to show that Mexico is lacking a next generation of talent. Mexico's strength is discipline. Coach Juan Carlos Osorio applied for 3 years to lead the team. However, the strength is too weak. Plus, the aging of the current lineup makes the representatives of North America are not appreciated in this league. List of Mexico team to the 2018 World Cup. Coach Juan Carlos Osorio mantra: Jose Corona, Alfredo Talavera, Guillermo Ochoa. Defenders: Hugo Ayala, Carlos Salcedo, Rafael Marquez, Diego Reyes, Miguel Layun, Hector Moreno, Edson Alvarez, Jesus Gallardo. Midfielder: Jonathan Dos Santos, Marco Fabian, Giovanni Dos Santos, Hector Herrera, Andres Guardado, Javier Aquino. Forward: Raul Jimenez, Carlos Vela, Javier Hernandez, Jesus Corona, Oribe Peralta. Irving Lozano. Sweden would not have set 2 high goals in the 2018 World Cup. But knowing that, in the spirit of comfort, Coach Anderson will play with the spirit of the highest possible, and will make a surprise. Wait and see. This North European representative has come to history as the first European team to qualify for the World Cup when they faced 3 teams who reached the final of the World Cup, including France, the Netherlands and Italy in qualifying. In this round, Coach Anderson once had the lead in Group A over the French and Dutch. It was Sweden who made the Netherlands the second consecutive absence in the largest playground in the planet, while Italia crying when the first time in history was unable to win the right to the 2018 World Cup. In the playoff match for the remaining European ticket to the World Cup, Sweden managed to clinch the 1-0 win over Italy after a 0-0 draw in Italy and win 1-0, -0 at home. Speaking to Sweden in recent years, many will remember the name Zlatan Ibrahimovic, the best player of the Swedish football in the past 10 years. He has been in the US for LA Galaxy Club. After Euro 2016, Ibar said goodbye to the national team. But Ibrahimovic Sweden is not weak, but instead is a football team with extremely strong and solid football, although less varied, can be viewed by opponents lighter. Coach Jana Andersson has said, Ibra Sweden have a different style. And without this big star, the team has found a different style of play. We learned to play without him, says Anderson. And indeed, the 23 players of manager Jana Andersson have become great fighters. With 26 goals to qualify for the 2018 World Cup qualifiers, Sweden are the 6th highest scoring team in Europe. So Ibrahimovic recently returned to the Sweden squad and competed in the World Cup this year. The Swedish coach seems not interested. Zlatan has decided to end his international career in 2016. Concerning this, I'm not the one who will call him. If he thinks again, he just needs to pick up the phone and call me, and I will not call him. Anderson said in the team's focus. Johan Johnson, the choice of Sweden's current second-place goalkeeper after Robin Olsen, suggests that Ibra's return could completely ruin the squad that have been through the World Cup qualifiers. We managed to get through qualifying without Zlatan. I think the World Cup would be good for Sweden without him, says Johan Johnson. The 31-year-old midfielder Sebastian Larsson will not make much of a difference in the squad until the 2016 UEFA Euro 2016 season. Lustig, the biggest difference will be in the defense. With the presence of a defender who is playing very well in Werder Bremen, 23-year-old Augustinsson, and especially Victor Lindelof wearing a Manchester United shirt. Lindelof will be the fulcrum for Sweden's defense. Like in the qualifying round, this World Cup finals, it can be said, the Swedish team was unlucky to be in Group F next to the opponent. Not easy to play is Germany, Mexico and Korea. With impressive performances in qualifying, Germany is almost certainly at the top of the table. In the history of football, the Mexican team is not easy for other teams. In the context of a star shortage, Sweden will certainly not set too high goals in the upcoming World Cup in Russia. But know that, in the battle with that relaxed spirit, coach-teacher Anderson will play with the highest level of constitutionality possible and will make a comeback. Thank you for viewing the video. Like, share and log in channel support.